So this is my wrap-up video for the hashtag KitBashChaos, and that was the build along that myself and Tom, Not So Average Builder, did together here for about the past 2 months. And it was really only supposed to be 1 month, but Tom got his kits late, so it ended up being 2 months, but that's all good. So what is happening, family? Welcome back to the channel. Of course, if this is your first time here, welcome to Gunpla University, soon to be your #1 place for all things Gunpla. But hey, let's go ahead and jump right into the video, guys. But first and foremost, I want to give a thanks to everyone who participated, everyone who used the hashtag KitBashChaos, everybody who, just wanted to be a part of things. Now, of course, we're gonna jump into my kit that I have right here, and I'm sure you've already seen that thumbnail. However, I wanna check out what you guys have done. So let's jump right into my tablet right here, and let's take a look at all the things that came in over hashtag KitBashChaos. All right, guys, so let's jump into things. So as you can see here, I have my tablet, but I'm already on the KitBashChaos page, I guess you could call it, right here on Instagram. And so you can see we got 37 posts in here, which I'm actually really surprised and happy about. So that's really, really awesome. Now, I'm not gonna just go over the top posts. Let's scroll all the way down to the bottom down here. And let's start off with the very first one and see what we got. So this one comes from Tom. Looks like he's got some feet here. I'm not sure what exactly is going on. Okay, so he's just, I guess he was building this right before the KitBashChaos started, so that's what that is. We'll move on to the next one. Nothing much there to see. High Arc Foundry Gunpla, shout out to him. So this actually looks very interesting. This one looks really interesting because it looks like there's a lot of different things going on here. I'm not sure what this top piece is from, but these bottom pieces here kind of look like they're from some of the A to Z kits, I believe. That definitely looks like it's from, I think, one of the Hazels. So very cool. Oh, yeah, you can see him down there in the corner. So the next one is also from him. And now this thing looks like it's really starting to come together. It's starting to have these like large arms here, these large orange arms. I don't know what kit this is from, but this is actually looking pretty intimidating. But I love how it's got like this bottom half of that Hazel kit there. Moving on to the next photo, also from High Arc Foundry Gunpla. Man, he had a lot of work going on very, very early during this little build off. So definitely shout out to him. Looks like he's added a waist section here. It almost looks like it's resin. I can't tell exactly what this is from, but oh wow. So I guess he had like a giant drawer full of extra pieces, which is always good anytime you're trying to do a kit bash of anything. So very cool. So the next photo that we have here is from Ninja Builder. I think I said that right. And it looks like we have a lot of different things going on down here. I can definitely see a tall geese in here. It looks like he says an overflag custom. So very, very interesting mashup. Okay, so here's our first picture of them starting to come together. And actually, I kind of like these wings on the back of this tall geese. All right, back to High Arc Foundry Gunpla. So it looks like now we're starting to add some tubes. Also see some like brass down here, looks like almost. That I don't think that was there before either. So it looks like we're going in for a little bit of detail. And it looks like we're getting just a little bit more work here done now. We can see that waist has been put in. You can also see the tubing here is also there. And it looks like this has also been opened. I guess I'll call this the head section, but just a little bit more work here and there. And this is starting to look really sharp. Part of the reason why we did this was so that we could, down the line, maybe use these as a basis for the Bandai Open. So, I mean, looking at this thing right here, this is gonna be an incredible entry if he decides to use this for the Bandai Open, so. So moving on to the next photo, it looks like we've got a giant scythe tip that is being added to this kit. and you can see that huge scythe right there. So the next photo is from Mr. 2X, who I believe Mr. 2X also has a YouTube channel. So I will try to link him down below as well. So go check him out. But I believe he also jumped in. So this is just his kind of announcement photo of him jumping in on the KitBashChaos as well. Next up, we're back to Ninja Builder, who looks like he's got a second kit that he built for this, and this is using the Alto Ground Troll, I believe is what this says. And this is a very interesting looking kit. This definitely looks like something in the desert. It gives me an immediate desert vibe, like a Maganac or something. Maybe that's because I just finished working on the Maganac. Look out for that video. But yeah, that's just the vibe I get from this right off the top. Either way, very interesting. I do see that he's got like these feet here on the shoulder, so that definitely gives it an interesting look there, and it almost looks like he has tracks on his feet down there. All right, so back over to Ninja Builder's other build, and he says blue tack is a lifesaver for testing parts. I definitely agree with you there. Blue tack definitely comes in handy to kind of test fit how things may look. So if you guys don't use blue tack, or I think it's called fun tack that I have. I'm sure it's the same thing, but let me see. Yeah, there we go. This stuff right here, this blue tack, this stuff is great. And yeah, maybe I'll do a video on this one day. All right, moving on to the next kit. So it's another photo from Mr. 2X, and this looks like the high grade Gerber Tetra. So I guess we're using this as a base here to start off with. So the next one is also from Mr. 2X, and this time we have, what is this? I forget what this is called. Oh, the Marsai. So we have a Marsai this time. So I wonder if this is intended to be smashed with that Gerber Tetra. That could be very interesting. I do love the design of this. I think it has a really slick design. Although, you know, I'm kind of a big fan of Zaku designs, which is weird because I think I've only built like 2 Zakus up till now. But don't let that fool you. I'm a big fan of like Zaku-S mono eye designs for real. So surprise, surprise, here's another high grade from Mr. 2X. And this time we've got so the caption reads 3 down and 3 more to go. So I guess it makes a little bit more sense when we look back at his like entry photo where he had the 6 kits. So I guess he was using all 6 of these. So very cool. Now we have the high grade Shin Matsunaga's custom Zaku, and I think this is also one of the coolest looking Zakus just because it's all white. Very cool looking kit. So then we jump back over to Hierarch Foundry Gunpla for a moment, and it looks like we now have some type of headpiece, I'm gonna call this. So it looks like we've also done some more cleanup of the wiring here. So then we jump back over to Mr. 2X, and it looks like you have 2 more kits down, and this is the Vidar and the Grimger, the thing. Yeah, so very, very cool. So these are the next 2, and I love the fact that Mr. 2X has 6 whole kits to smash together on this. So now back over to Hierarch Foundry Gunpla. Now this is always like one of my favorite parts of the building process is when you get to see the kit all primed up. It's kind of like those release photos that we get from Bandai when they're releasing a new kit. So I don't know why, but these always look really, really sharp to me. And this is no exception. I think this looks really badass in its all primered version. And the next thing that we have is a video from Tom. So it says it's an announcement video, but I don't know how that's possible since, well, fuck it, let's see what it says.
All right, let a few people get on here, but we have some announcements for KitBashChaos. Things did not go the way I wanted them to. What's up, Sky Knight? So I'll say it a couple times on here just to have it. What's up, Dominique? I ordered kits I thought were in stock. They were not in stock, so my kits are not here. So
all right, so I'm not gonna make us sit through this whole thing. I think what this video is saying, this is when we decided to extend KitBashChaos because Tom's kits didn't come in. So I think that's all this video is really about. So, but yeah, I didn't actually watch this. My bad. But go ahead and like the video and shout out to Tom. So now we're back over to Mr. 2X, and this time we've got the grays. And I think this is the last kit that he had set up for the whole KitBashChaos. So there's actually a kit after what I thought was gonna be the last kit. This time it's the WAF, which I think is like a Zaku prototype type kit. Oh, and of course one more kit, and it is the Goof, which the Goof, I think everybody loves the Goof. The Goof is a really dope kit, especially with that Gatling. And this is the Goof custom, of course, which is from 8th MS team. So it looks like he has a total of 8 kits to work with on his build. So the next one is from PT Pointless Hero, and this is actually one of my local guys. So shout out to Battle. Thanks for joining in, buddy. And he's actually got, looks like 3 kits going on here. So starting off with this kit here on the right, I can definitely see this has like the chest of the Barbados right there, as well as the feet. And not really too sure where the rest of these pieces inside of this kit come from. Moving over to this kit on the left, I think these like shins and leg pieces definitely come from the Hazel, I want to say. Maybe all the way up to the thighs as well. And then I think also these shoulder pieces. Now this chest piece, it looks like it comes from that other kit from IBO that I cannot think of the name of right now to save my life. Yeah, leave me a comment down below if you know what kit this is that this comes from. It's the other IBO high grade kit, and it's a fairly new kit. It's gonna drive me insane. So then back here in the back, you can definitely see that there's some Vidar parts in here, in the chest and in the arms. Super happy that Battle actually put in the time and effort to put not 1, but 3 kits together. So definitely shout out to Battle. Make sure you guys go check him out. All right, so now we're getting into the actual mashing of kits. You can see here we've got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 kits here in the background that seem to have been smashed together. Starting from left to right, we've got that, looks like that, the WAF with a mash between the Goof and Shin Matsunaga's Zaku here, which is a high mobility type Zaku. And then coming over to the next one, I can't really tell. I think this is the Grimguard here at the bottom. And then maybe some pieces of the Vidar here at the top. That's really all I can make out from this distance. Moving on from there, looks like we have the head of the Tetragerbera on top of, looks like a predominantly the Vidar body. And then moving on from there, it looks like we have the mostly Gerber Tetra pieces and that Grimguard there in the center. So on to the next one, we're back over to Ninja Builder, which is, he's working on that kit that we saw earlier. Now we've seen 2 kits from him so far, both the Toggies kit and this other one that we really weren't sure what it was, but looks like we've added a couple things. Looks like those feet have actually been turned into missile launchers there on top, which is really cool. We've added this gun to this right arm, a shield, and this like bat mace thing. So this kit looks like it's really kind of set up for both close and far combat. So looking really cool right here. And we've also added this head here. Can't forget about this head. I don't think this was on the last photo that we saw of this. So next photo is back over to my buddy PT Pointless Hero. And I guess, so this is actually a 4th kit, or no, is this a 4th kit? So actually no, I think this is one of the original kits that we saw in that photo, except now they've been painted. So we've got this first kit here, which looks like we went for a kind of a grayish color scheme with a purple accent, and my computer's like making noise and stuff. but sorry about that. So yeah, that next photo is from my buddy PT Pointless Hero again, and it looks like we finally got those kits all painted up, and it looks like we went for kind of this tone on this gray. Kind of looks like it has like a greenish, kind of looks like it bleeds that way a little bit on the greenish side of things. That could just be the camera, but it looks like we've got the gray with the purple accent, and then we also have this darker purple here in the crotch for this one. And it looks like we actually have a couple more here. Yes, there are. So here on this second photo, it looks like we have another kit up here, and this one's actually a little bit kind of further away. Maybe we'll get it closer up, but we can definitely see it's got a very, very long blade here. Looks like we have the same legs from the from one of the Hazels, and I know Battle is a huge fan of anything to do with the Titans, so that's I'm not surprised that it has those feet as well. So yeah, very cool looking kits, although I'm interested to know what happened to the third one. Where's that third kit at? It's all good. Appreciate you joining, and make sure you guys check out Battle on Instagram at PT Pointless Hero. Now moving on to the next photo. Next photo comes from another good friend, which is Ragtag Daydreams, another fellow YouTuber. Make sure you guys check him out. I'll leave a link down below as well for him. And looks like we've got this. This looks like it's a mix between like the Efreet. We also have, I think, one of the prototype Zaku's in here with that shield. Man, I don't know where the gun comes from. Looks like there's a lot going on here with this kit, and of course it's in that primered look, and I love that. Which reminds me, by the way guys, for this you didn't have to go all the way to paint, you only had to go to primer, but if you went to paint, that's cool too, but you only had to go all the way up to primer, so that's why some of these you'll see will only be primered. And yeah, so moving on to the next photo of this. I love this cape that he's got going on here. I can't tell if this is like a hard plastic. It's probably a hard plastic. It kind of does look like a hard plastic here, but it looks really cool. So yeah, it looks like the majority of this kit is based on the Efreet, one of the two. I think this is the Schneid, because I think the daggers would usually be right here. So that's what this looks like it's based on here. All right, so the next little section is the top post, and it's just how Instagram kind of divides things. So we'll run through those real quick. So this is the first top post that comes up, and it's from Hierarch Foundry Gunpla. And it looks like this is actually kind of going backwards a little bit. It looks like he's kind of in the process of working on that kit. Moving on to the next one. So the next one is from Ragtag. So we get to see a little bit better the kind of the build process of that kit that he was making that we saw a couple seconds ago. So I guess this is what it looked like before it was primered. Now here's that last one from Hierarch Foundry. I believe this is the last one. And now we can actually see with the scythes in there. And this looks incredible, guys. This is a really, really, really sweet looking kit. I'm very impressed with this. But no, this is a very inspiring looking kit, just to see what some people's imagination, where it will take them. Sometimes my imagination isn't so great, so that's why doing kit bashes is kind of fun, but kind of daunting at times. So it's great to see stuff like this, because you can really kind of get a feel for like where you could take it. So this thing looks incredible. I'm really, really impressed with this. So shout out to Hierarch Foundry Gunpla for this entry here. I appreciate you for joining in and participating. So the next photo is also from Hierarch Foundry Gunpla. Okay, so I was kind of wondering about this, because in the scythes that we saw originally, they looked solid, but in that last picture they did look translucent. So it looks like he actually 3D printed those maybe. So the next one is also from Hierarch Foundry Gunpla, and it looks like this one's a video, but I think this one is actually, again, kind of backwards in timeline. Again, the way Instagram works, they have like the top post and then all the rest. So working our way up, we've just kind of hit the top post last. But yeah, so this is actually kind of in the opposite direction. So we can see what his main kit was, and I've never built that kit before. That's the, what is that? The Marco Pool kit. And then looks like this post is just a post from me just announcing the KitBashChaos. So then we have this post from GN Builder, and this actually looks really slick. I didn't see this anywhere during the build process here. This really kind of reminds me of the Dynamis with the color, and this looks like a shield maybe. Well, it kind of looks like a shield. Maybe just it has those very long flat pieces that kind of reminds me of that. But yeah, this looks really slick, like a full armored something. So, ooh, I love this this gun that we have here. Kind of looks like it's based off of an AR platform. Very, very nice looking. And let's see here. So it looks like this is a combination of the Zabiana and the Jesta cannon. Very, very nice. I love these guns on the back here. This thing actually came out really slick. I love the color combination that he did here. It looks like we have like a kind of a gray green, but on the dark side, and then we have that lighter green here. Also love how we have this dark red and this translucent green in here. Really, really love this color combination. Oh man, I didn't even see this. There's actually another green right there that's different from this green. Oh, and this gray. So this kit has like 4 colors in it. You'd be surprised, like just having a couple of color variations in your kit can really, really make the detail really start to pop out. So I love here how the shoulders are popped up and it has like what looks like more like sensors or maybe like targeting eyes or something like that. I think that looks really cool, really slick. So here we have this back shot, and I'm not sure exactly what these are, but I mean, this definitely looks like it could be some type of shield of some sort. If it was like combined together, but who knows, maybe it's also you know, part of the thrusters, or you know, maybe it's a stabilizer. He does have like some large guns on here as well. So very, very cool kit. I'm really surprised at this one, and this thing looks super sweet. So shout out to GM Builder. Appreciate you for joining in and, you know, being a part of it. So then the next photo looks like we have the in progress photo of the kit that we just saw. So very, very cool. And same thing for this one. I love how you can see like how this actually like stepped up to become what it ultimately became. So that is all of the pictures on Instagram, guys. Shout out to everybody who participated, and you know, me and Tom really appreciate it. Glad that we could do the whole build along together. So hopefully you guys will stick around for the next one. But now that we've seen those, let's go ahead and jump into my kit for the KitBashChaos. All right, guys, so on to my kit that I made for my KitBashChaos, and I've got my guy right here. And yeah, so you guys know I kind of started off with the reversible Gundam as my kind of my base. And for me, I really didn't have that many high grade like kits kind of just kind of scattered in the wind, but I did have a large box of random parts that I was gifted by some of my friends, including PT Battle. So, you know, I really tried to work with what I had and without trying to order anything else other than, of course, the reversible Gundam. But for this build, I really wanted something that really kind of screamed more firepower, kind of a full armor type of thing, but not necessarily with all the extra armor. So I really kind of focused on adding more weapons where I could, and maybe even possibly some propellant tanks. So you can see where on the arms I've added these 2 large bazooka cannons. In my mind, they're giant bazooka cannons that shoot out giant death laser beams. So that's what those are on both the left and right arm. But also in the backpack, I really tried to focus on making him a new and different backpack. So one of the things that I had in the stash was this this missile launcher like pod set. And although it's meant to shoot out missiles, I kind of like it as a kind of a backpack feature, and maybe even still kind of, you know, in my brain, it still has the ability to be used for thrusters as well. But I like the idea of giving him a backpack where he could shoot out lots of missiles. I really wanted more offensive capabilities for this kit. In addition to that, I also kind of slimmed him down a little bit. I really didn't like the back skirt that he had, so I went ahead and swapped those back skirts out for something a little bit more, I think this style, something a little bit that was a little bit more flowy with the pieces that he has on him. But I also wanted to add some propellant tanks. I figure, you know, he's becoming a little bit heavier with all of this, all of these weapons that I'm adding to him. So of course he needs some propellant tanks to help him to, you know, fuel his movement that is now, you know, got all of this extra stuff in there. And, you know, like I said, for me, kit bashing is still kind of a newer type of art, especially when it comes to kit bashing lots of kits, which is one of the reasons I was really kind of stoked about doing this particular build off. Because, you know, when it comes to kit bashing, I kind of get writer's block. So I was happy to, you know, be able to participate in this. And even though this is where he's at right now, there's nothing that says that I may not keep going with him and add some more to him before he actually gets to his final stage. But for the time being, I think he looks pretty good. I think he definitely, even though it's not a lot of large, huge changes, I definitely think that the changes that I did make were kind of subtle, but also kind of stand out. So I'm still very happy with him, although I think that there still may be some more work in his future. So we'll keep, you know, keep an eye out for this guy going down the line, and eventually he's gonna have to get painted. So we'll definitely come back around to that as well. So thanks again to everyone who participated, and shout out again to Tom. Thanks for being a part of this with me. And what I need is to hear from you guys down in the comment section below. Let me know what you guys think of these kits here. Which one was your favorite? And let me know what you guys think about my guy here that I just accidentally took a piece off of. But yeah, let me know down in the comments what you guys think. And yeah, make sure you guys check me out on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all those good things that you'll see here at the end card. I can't even think of them all. And make sure that you guys like and subscribe so you stay up to date with all of my newest videos. And until the next video, guys, be safe, take care of each other, and yeah, build something great. Peace.